You don't have to.
All right.
And we are live.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
What? You don't want to play?
No. Splurt.
Splurt.
Splat.
Splurt.
Splart.
Splat.
Splurt.
Splart.
Splat.
Splurt.
Splart.
Splat.
Splurt.
Splart.
Splat.
Splurt.
Splurt.
Whoa!
Wait.
Whoa!
Wait, did I mess it? Oh, I did mess
Yeah.
it. Fuck.
You
All
double
right.
splurted, bro.
That's
You double
okay.
splurted. Damn.
Never splurt.
Nope.
Oh my god.
There we go. There we go. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty.
It's okay.
The fun show. Damn it.
Hello, everyone. Oh man, I forgot to do this.
Oh, I got you. Today's a good day to not get got. Skid was taking photos. He is my op. So you know we're chasing him out the auto shop.
Hey.
Faces past, running fast down the block. Can't have him leaking photos of my full moon. Gotta get him back or it'll spell my doom. Mercy for him, there was no room until we followed Skid into a ship graveyard. The Audi in the middle was revving hard. No time to mess around, we set on guard. Didn't blink an eye, didn't bat a lash. It was only a moment before they kicked our ass. You could say it was pretty one-sided, enough to make you croak. I know I did. With a name like Master Scooter, he's gotta be obtuse. Durgash with his last chance tries to find a truce. At this rate, I'm sure Skid is being dramatic. What will his papa say today on the Odyssey by Magic?
Welcome back to the Odyssey by Magic.
Yeah.
I am a player in the cosmos.
Hey everyone, I'm Paul Zachariah. I play Mr. Hall, a warlock and sorcerer.
And I have a player in the stars. And I realized I did that backwards, but it's okay.
Hi, my name is David, and I play Durgash, the explosive munitions expert.
And I'm your spacefaring dungeon master, Jericho Dizon. And together we would like to welcome you back to the fun show where we're making it up.
As we go, that's the fun show.
Perfect.
Just-
So
yeah.
good. Honestly,
Everyone was present
I
for
love
that.
David's part in that. That felt really, honestly, it worked out really well. Anyway, last
Really
time
getting
by an
that
Odyssey by
low.
Magic, as recapped by our lovely little rhyme scheme by Paul. The party had won and got the Starheart engine. However, there were some salty people in their garage trying to sneak a pic of Mr. Hall. One of the skid mark thugs had broken in and led them to the junkyard. After an actual onslaught siege by the Sisters of the Red Daughter, controlled by the party, they were faced with a very heavy burden in hand. Realizing skid marks were far more prepared for an invasion than one might think, they were easily outmatched by a very strong and surprisingly devastating car, and heroic man named Skid Dragon. However, not as all as it seems, as before the Order of the Red Daughters planned to raise the Earth, they were all shuttled away in Skid Dragon's car and wake up on a ship. As Mr. Hall is reconstituting, Durgash is left alone in the car, as young Skid Dragon may not all be it seems, as the car, now speaking, refers to him as Master Scooter. You take a look around and you see that the ship is gilded in gold. You see the leather, white leather, as you look around as you're hyper traveling. Durgash, we find you. What can you do? What are you trying to do in this moment? You wake up and you see that you are what appears to be in this, you're locked in the car, essentially. Like the car, think of it as like it is a giant ship. The car has driven in through the bay door, and it's parked in there. Scooter is outside of the car, and you guys are stuck inside the car, and this car is speaking.
I turn on the seat warmer.
You turn on the seat warmer. The car obliges. Go ahead and roll me an insight check, or a perception. You pick.
insight. That's a 19.
A 19. With a 19, as you go to kind of affix your weapons and things, you realize that that they seem to be somewhat like restrained. There are some things that are on your person, but for example, your lightsaber is not with you. Your heavy crossbow is not with you. They seem to be not on your person, but you could probably assume that just as many times before, it feels like you're being taken prisoner, and they obviously confiscated your weapons.
Yeah.
And with Mr. Hall, they did the same, but obviously Mr. Hall's corpse is kind of in the process of reanimation.
So they have my stuff.
They do have your
All
stuff.
right.
Damn.
You turn on the seat warmer. It's really comfy though. Scooter, young Scooter is kind of sitting at the computer. You can kind of peek through the window of the car, and you see that he exclaims to the car, "Oh dear butler, I can't do it anymore. I don't understand. The world is so hard. I miss home. I miss Papa." And the butler, the car, goes, "Well, master, it appears that you wish to return home. Is that the case? I can only go on your consent." "Of course! I'm having such a hard time here. I almost died." "Oh, sir, you were quite all right. I made sure of it." And you see that the car's UI, like GPS, is typing in itself, and it says it goes to this place. It heads to this place called New Melisandre, and then you guys start traveling through hyperdrive. And so it's not, the car isn't driving through space, it's like parked in a bay.
Can I, while that's happening, can I try and send a message back to our ship to see if...
Go ahead and give me a let's see, let's call it like,
See if I can't get
let's do a deception check. I'll just do a deception check. You'll have to do it with disadvantage because this is you're doing it on a ship you've never seen before and on a UI you've never seen before.
Is Phoebe in that car?
Phoebe is in that car. She's drooling on the seat.
Can Phoebe swipe some buttons to help?
Sure. You want to roll straight? Or did you already roll?
I already rolled.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine. The lowest number is a straight 10.
Is it straight 10?
Straight
So
10.
with a 10, as you go and you are like trying to mess with the buttons, the car goes, "Oh, I do ask that you refrain from touching the buttons." Oh, okay. This is quite all right.
Just ignore me. Don't worry about this.
So I will have to ask. I will have to ask if you do continue.
here.
I will have to restrain you. I did it as a complimentary for you to have the seat warmer, as you are one of our treasured guests. But I do have to ask that you restrain from touching me. And
fine. Can you at least like mix me a drink or something in here?
yes, you see in the glove in the armrest opens a bottle, a glass that is a mimosa comes out.
Oh, okay. Now this is really cool. Now
And then it goes out.
My ship didn't even do that. Fuck.
This, you look as you start to look at this car, this like huge sports car. You see that it is like outfitted, like the inside. It looks to be like this is clearly a luxury car, but you can kind of see like in no role required. There are certain panels and things that are they're designed to not only protect but as a comfort, right? So this car is obviously speaking. There's a clear AI sentience to it. It exists, right? But this is like a construct like you've never seen before. It is very like, not to say it's not outclassed by obviously Lumos, but more so it's just in the things that you've seen, this is one of the up there ones of like being technologically advanced. Yeah, but you go take the mimosa. The butler goes, "Do you wish to hear some Scooter calls it bangers or booty jams?"
a booty jam.
A booty jam.
A booty jam.
Phoebe nods.
Phoebe nods. You can see that there's a like fabric that comes over the seat that wipes up the drool that she's been drooling. But Phoebe sits in the car and you hear this really like obnoxiously bass loud, like the head is shaking. Just go ahead and give me a light constitution check. Constitution save.
Real. Yeah, no, that's 23.
23. You're fine.
Slight disorientation.
Yeah, you've heard in your times, like, you've heard dragons roars, and it's not even close. Like, it's not even close to how freaking loud this is. It's like you're shouting, but you seem to be like, okay, you're just sitting there. It's at this point, a couple hours have passed. I will say you guys benefit the time of a long rest, and in that time, Mr. Hall, you do awaken. Good morning, sir. I appear to you have woken from your slumber. I ask that you slept well.
I slept like the dead.
This is a euphemism. I do understand it.
Yeah, I thought it
Very,
was
very,
funnier in my
very-
head.
I
That's
am
all right.
laughing. Look. Ha ha.
See, we're laughing about it now, you know? That's good. That's good.
Yes, of course.
Ha ha.
As requested, young Scooter asked me to take asked to take all of you in as we are to return home to New Melisandre.
Can we let our friends know?
Unfortunately, that cannot be the case, as I cannot risk or jeopardize the location of New Melisandre for anyone to intervene.
Can we let our friends know that we're gonna like go out for cigarettes or something?
Can
Kinda,
you
sorta.
let our friends know?
Like we just gotta let them know, hey, we're gonna be gone,
It
so
is
they don't
under-
come looking for us.
It is under complete jurisdiction of Master Scooter Primarch. Unfortunately.
Is
Does
Scooter
that-
in the car?
What?
Is Scooter in the car?
Scooter's not in the car. Scooter's
No.
outside. You can see he's playing table tennis with himself.
Does that name ring a bell? That like specifically that Primarch. thing?
Primarch, go ahead and roll me a history check.
I've been
Definitely
dead
helped
for
this
so
time.
long.
Yeah.
Okay, helping. It's a 14 plus 2, 16.
It doesn't ring any bells, but you can already kind of tell that this name is a very powerful one. Primarch. It might have been after your time, when after you had passed, that this person had rose to power, but no role required. You look around, this person is like, we're talking with some pretty hefty guns here.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is like, the only thing that you've seen this near mint condition is like your starship, your Star Cruise destroyer. Like it's
Okay.
that level, but instead of like the more industrial, like heavy look that you guys has, this is all elegant and smooth. So like think of it as like the finer end of things, but still just like a still very decent amount of firepower. It's not as big as yours, but it's like this versus like, it's a stage up from the Skeet Cruiser, you know? Think of it as like a gunship versus a starfighter. This is like a big ass gunship, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lumos isn't able to track us, or is?
Lumos is not able to.
Cause like if I'm just worried that like if we go and Lumos doesn't know that we went somewhere, he's gonna come looking for us, and that will in turn reveal their location.
Go ahead and roll me a Arcana.
Sure. A 19.
A 19. With a 19, as you start to think about like a compromisation, you feel you think to yourself as potentially there might be other means to contact him versus technological.
Well, yeah, I can cast sending, but like I'm not trying to piss off the car again.
Is there a max range for sending?
Sending
No,
is
sending
sending
doesn't
goes
have a range.
entirely like you can go.
You have to
through
be on the
planes
same
or-
plane,
yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But that's pretty, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty sauce.
It's pretty sauce. It is pretty sauce. That's why sending's pretty good. But for the most part, that is if you try to You can try to contact, but you run that risk. That's what I will say. With a 19, contacting, especially in this precarious moment in time, if you go and you try, it's the idea of if you really wriggle right now and do things that might lend you on the bad side of things. Right now, you can see that these people are treating you amicably. Like, you've been taken prisoner before.
They didn't kill me again.
They did not kill you again.
So clearly the stakes have changed. That said, I'm just worried that their location is going to be revealed if Lumos tracks us to wherever it is we go.
With a 19, I will say, that could very well be the case, but you also kind of have this blind faith in your companion.
Trust the process.
Trust
All
the
right.
process, because this ain't the first, especially with the Order of the Red Daughter by your side. This ain't the first time they've had to run a covert operation.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But as time continues to pass, the car asks you, "Is there any kind of refreshments you want? I know your friend asked for a mimosa."
I could use an ice cold water.
In ice cold water, straight from out the seas of Karana, and it is like this sparkling cold crisp water.
Love the sparkling cold.
You it goes as you guys make your way. More hours have passed, and you guys
What else can you do?
Well, my name
I
is
see there's a massage button here. Do you mind?
Press the button. My name is Butler. That designs for built-in understanding of teenage life entry ride. I have been designed. I have designed for the protection and luxury and transportation and care for Master Scooter Primark. I come with many facilities with games, videos, defensive capabilities like cannons, guns, you name it. I also have the capability to fly, of course, and the seamless capability to transfix myself into any sort of technology to where I may implant myself as an AI and potentially override.
That's super cool.
You can kind of see that the car it's not, even when the ship is moving and stuff, it's not moving because under the car there is this it's mag locked onto it.
Emotionally, I'm pretty much a teenager. Does that count?
I do have some scrolls and some data entries available for this thing called therapy. I don't quite understand it. Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
I'll stick to meditating.
As you meditate, you guys finally make your way into New Melisandre.
New Melisandre.
New Melisandre.
That's what it is. I thought
Yes, let me pull up. You see there is a sign that says, "Welcome to New Melisandre." The black tinted windows visor up, and you see it is a beautiful utopia. The sun shines brightly with the roaming grass. You see that there are streets and paths for people to walk on. The houses are all identical. Sunroof, have a little RV in there and a car.
Why does this feel like Super Earth?
And it's very, very close.
Okay. Okay. Prosperity.
You hear over there is a holographic projector. You need a car, you got one. You need a house, you got one. You need a family, you get one. That is all thanks to our wonderful heroes over at the Heroes Trademark and the heroic deeds of service that we live our peaceful lives. And you just you see as this
more
is
sense now.
You see everyone amicably waving at each other. You see all the men are wearing this kind of khaki pants, belt, and collared t-shirt as they wave, all with the watch on the right hand. You see they do all look different. They're not clones of each other, but it's the idea of it is the same outfit and then you in the game pressing randomize look, and it's the same outfit, just different face. So everyone, and there are other races here too, but everyone looks
very uniform.
Very uniform.
Yeah.
You see at the exact same time, you see the wives give all of them a kiss on the cheek and a happy wave as all the men get into their cars and they drive. They drive, and you see that there is a large. It would appears to be a building, like an office building, where it just says Heroes Trademark Acquisitions and logistics, and that is all. That's that entire building.
Man, that entire thing was like in unison. Like the kiss, they all drove out. It was like it was choreographed.
I, honest to God, thought they were going to break out into song and dance.
Thank God they didn't. No, I hate dancing.
As you fly a little bit further, as you guys fly, you land on their personal, like landing pad as you reach the Primarch household. This is grand. We are talking grandiose, castle-esque. The house is the biggest house on the hill, starkly different from everyone else's. But you can see it's made from the same materials. It's just that much more up there.
All right.
You make it. Do you see that as you land, the car reverses out of the bay door, and it's at this moment in time. The butler goes, "Now I do have to ask that when you exit the car, please do not try to escape, as we do have armed guards and myself stationed at hidden posts around the area. We appreciate your cooperation, and we hope you enjoy your stay with the Primarchs."
What if I don't want to leave the car? I feel safe in here, you know?
I appreciate the sentiment,
There's
and I will be
mimosas.
around. Trust that I will be around if you ever so need. I'm only about 30 paces away from young Scooter at all times.
Got it.
How long is our stay? I don't remember reserving this.
That is up entirely to Master Scooter. As he said, quote, "Papa needs someone to help him, and I swear this is my way out of getting grounded for a month."
That's fair.
That works. That works.
All right. We're here to help.
You go and you run. You see as you like kind of walk. You take this like very well kept path. We're talking the foliage and shrubbery is like trimmed to perfection.
Are there flowers?
There are not flowers, but bush sculptures.
Okay.
So large hedges and spiraling sculptures.
Are there any patches of like clover?
Yeah, there are patches of clover deeper into their forest preserve that they have.
Got it. Oh wow.
Cool. It's very expansive. Cool. Finally, you guys make your way. The giant doors open because they have to always fit the car. So all the doors are huge. So the door opens and you just hear Scooter, "Papa, I'm home. I'm home from my travels, from my work trip." And you all see a man wearing a black tailcoat with gold trim. He has a button up. He has a goatee and a piercing blue eyes and long blonde hair tied into a low pony. "Well, my son, I've seen you've gladly came back from your travels. Now tell me, boy, when you had left without my permission, I say, was it worth the adventure?" "Oh, Papa, it was great. I heard your calls and your need for new heroes to answer the call, and I've brought you some. Very capable. They have won the old race in Fina and Perferon." So you tell me you went to the bottom feeders Papa, no, you don't have to call it anything. It's the car convention. The car convention, Papa. Oh, well, I see. My son, may I take a look on these specimens? Of course, Papa. You walk in. You all, like, you see, this place is as you walk in, large chandelier hanging, dual towering staircases that meet in the middle, and you see that is where Viscount Primarch is standing. That's the father.
Viscount Primarch. V.I.
Yeah, Viscount.
Okay, cool.
When he stands, out. So, you two must be the specimens that my son has procured.
Specimens just feels like the wrong word to be using.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit old. They call me old-fashioned. It's just the way that I speak. But trust, it's within the utmost respect, sir. But you two are the ones my son has procured for our answering of call to heroes.
We already answered a call. This.
What is it?
I already picked up the phone.
What? Your name?
I am Mr. Hall.
Okay. And you, sir, tall one.
I am Durgash.
Okay. Well, you see, he pulls up a data pad on his wrist. I'm not seeing a Durgash and Mr. Hall. I see a Hall C. You're not a Hall C.
Hall
Right?
C.
No, you're not Hall C. No.
I don't think so.
And I would have recognized your face.
No last name.
No last name. Okay, because you're clearly not a half-hobbit barbarian. Right?
I don't know. It could be. Could be anything you want me to be.
Well, you're also not 3 feet tall.
Hey, never say never, you know?
No matter. We wish to ingratiate ourselves to you. I am Viscount Primarch. I am the proprietor of the hero's trademark. I manufacture and train the best of heroes so that they may answer the call.
Oh, I think we did. You may have one skid, or sorry, excuse me. Why am I forgetting Stinkbug? Oh my
Skeeves.
God, Skeeves. You might have one Skeeves in your call log. We had to hire your services early on in our journey.
I don't
on the dead
necessarily
planet.
keep...
Do you remember a job for the heroes out on the dead planet?
I'll be quite honest with you. Any kind of more detailed ideas and calls like that, you would have to go to our heroes acquisition and trade log. And he points to the giant office building. Like,
oh, that's fine. It just sounded like you wanted to look up our record as far as how you would know us.
no, it's just more so just a small gathering and pondering in the old database. But none the matter. I appreciate you all coming here. I know young Scooter can be so amenable and persuasive, but we thank you for your service and future service, potentially moving forward.
Cool.
Sounds like you need help.
Well, we always need help. If you look and you see that, like, easily, the chandelier becomes a projector, and you see the galaxy. Like, just the galaxy.
Phoebe tries to eat one of the holographics.
It goes, it's a hard light. So it bites into it. It goes, oh, don't do that. Don't. Can you get your
I
weird
stuff her in
bird-
my shirt.
Thank you. But yes, you can see that the world here, the galaxy is often under constant entropy. Look, a giant monster in Karana, threatening the people. And you tell me that they just let it live there and sit?
They like it, yeah. We got to know those guys recently. They're pretty cool.
Well, I don't think so. And he moves on and
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Phenaxum, one of the biggest enemies, Order of the Red Daughter, known for sowing chaos and entropy and conquering planets. That's their whole thing. That simply cannot stand.
Well, we actually fixed them.
We helped them out. We changed the leader. We actually did like an insurgency thing. Their president is no longer their president. We
killed the
instituted a
mother
different-
who was there, and then our friend who was actually her daughter is the new mother. And there's
So
other
you're
religious
saying you
stuff.
have allegiances to the Order of the Red Daughter?
I mean, I'd say it's the other
They
way
have
around.
allegiance to us.
Yeah.
We helped them out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You'll make fine heroes yet.
Yeah, were there any bounties for like stopping the stuff that the Red Daughter was doing, or?
Oh, you're talking about the Lion's Tooth. I do not do that.
Okay,
I do
got
not
it.
do that.
Right,
All
no
of our heroes
bounties.
get paid handsomely out of their
Quests.
own stipends and quest bonuses. But again, that's all here nor there. It's all credits and things like that. I have to, take a look at you. And he goes down the stairs. He walks down the stairs. And you see he puts his hands behind his back and looks at you all. God, both of you smell like death. When's the last time you've showered?
I prestidigitate myself.
When was the last time we? I think it's been a while.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know how I got reconstituted with smell on me, so. So I prestidigitate myself. I prestidigitate
He says
you
that,
too.
and I just like wipe off some viscera from the earlier battle.
My old corpse.
You wipe up like guts from one of the Skid Mark thugs.
On the floor.
An eyeball rolls out of your leg. Shake the leg
Shake
out.
it out of your pants
Eyeball.
pocket.
I take my boot off. Just there's
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Yeah, we were busy.
But let's clean this up right away. Have them look presentable. In the meantime, I do ask that you join us for dinner, and until then, you are free to roam the premises. However, I do have to say, any kind of suspicious activities that we do have eyes, and we will know.
Can we contact our friends and let people know that
we're not telling them to come get us. We're just telling them, like, hey,
we
hang
were
tight.
kidnapped and we need.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Who?
Which one?
Whoever.
You take this. I did the last
Yeah,
couple rolls.
all right.
We gotta. Yeah, you got it. You got that charisma too.
Are you giving a help action?
Sure.
That would be very nice, because that was a 4.
Yes. The answer is yes.
That's a little better. Since we long rested, let's see here. Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I am gonna add my favored by the gods to this, because that wasn't that good anyway. It was better, but it wasn't that good.
Bless you.
Okay, so that would be 16.
With a 16, unfortunately, he shakes his head no. It's at this moment in time as I have not had a chance to get your full history and understanding. As it, pray tell, you guys have allegiance, or more so, correct me if I'm wrong. The Order of the Red Daughter has allegiance to you. I
Yeah.
cannot in good conscience allow that, as it would pose a risk to New Melisandre.
All right.
I hope you can understand.
So we can't say anything to them. We can't tell them, hang tight.
If they try to trace your call, they might find out where we are.
Well, the thing is, like, we have a friend who already knows how to trace us based on our biological signatures, because they reconstituted us. That's why we're not in your records. We're old. The short of the long is we're old. Our friend can find us based on our biological signatures.
Reconstitution, you say?
Yes. So they will come find us if we don't tell them to stay put, and that might put your people at risk anyway. So it's in your interest.
And roll me another persuasion check.
Am I actually persuading? Like, is that an ability Lumos has, or am I deceiving him?
This is you right now. I would say they would be able to find you. It would take a long time, but
so
I
I'm
also
not
want to say,
bluffing him.
this is DM to player. You are blowing his mind right now, because the idea of reconstitution, like that's something that has been long gone.
Right.
Just magic in general.
Another persuasion, you're saying?
Just magic. Yeah.
Okay.
The idea of like, oh, that's a very rare, like,
Man. 10. 10.
Though what you say is quite interesting, I ask that before you do, we have dinner first, so that
Okay.
I may pick at your brain, and truly see if it's worth vetting. With Butler's escort, I will allow you, however, though, as you
Is there a library?
continue, of course.
I'm there.
There's you are allowed to roam the city and kind of see what is about. Butler will be with you, and will take you where you wish to go. It appears I must excuse myself. I appreciate your time and effort, and I feel that you may be one of our greatest heroes yet. That moment in time, you will leave. You guys are dismissed. Scooter goes to his room, and before he does, he turns to you and says, I just want to say thank you for playing your part. Papa would have been very mad at me if I did not, bring something to you, and I understand that it was under dire circumstances, but
Just
Don't
do
worry.
me a favor.
We've got time to, tell him exactly what happened and the circumstances.
oh,
that
could
brought
you
us here.
please don't, if you tell him what happened and you say Butler took care of the majority of it, I'm going to be so upset, and Papa will be so disappointed in me. I beg you, please.
Good to think. Maybe we'll have to think about that.
We can think about that.
Oh, no,
In the meantime, here's what I need. Skid or Scooter. Skid, what do you prefer at this rate?
Skid was an alias of mine that I
Alright,
made
alright.
when I was 7.
All right, Scooter, I need you to delete my nudes.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
you do that for me?
I will definitely take care of that for you.
You promise?
On my honor.
You promise on the Primark name?
Of course.
Okay.
Look. He pulls up his pad. It shows your full moon. It's there. You're
No.
bent over. And he goes,
My eyes go wide.
Yeah,
Phoebe
I'm sorry.
peeks out.
That was pretty
He
bad.
delete, swipes up. There's another. Didn't even know that he had. Deletes that one. There's one more. There's one that is just a fucking ugly picture of Phoebe. Deletes the third.
Thank you.
And puts it down.
All right. We'll think about keeping what happened in a different light. In the meantime, get some rest? ?
Yes, it appears it's time for my 4th nap of the day. I will retire to my room if you need me. He
Alright.
goes to his room.
Thanks,
It's
Scooter.
beautiful. You see the curtains automatically shut, instantly out.
Nice.
Yeah. The door. Butler goes, so it appears that I am indebted to your service for the entirety of this afternoon. Where would you like to go? There are many a store. There's many. I know you said you want to go to the library. There's obviously a private collection library here in Primark Manor, but there's also a place for general information gathering
Butler,
if you wish.
would it be considered suspicious activity to copy down some ritual spells in the library?
No, I don't. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't know if anyone's actually read those books in the past 50 years.
I would love to read all of them right now.
You go. He takes you to the Primark library. Huge expanse. We're talking shelves upon shelves. They even have that rolling ladder thing that you can
Oh,
go climb
yes.
up and grab it.
Definitely a Beauty and the Beast scene here.
It is very. Even though the books are not touched, this place has been constantly cleaned. So, everything looks immaculate.
Very cool. Very
Master
cool.
Durgash, is there anywhere you want to go, or do you want to stay with Mr. Hall?
DM to player, do I still not have all my stuff back, like my saber and
No, you
No,
don't. They
okay.
did confiscate that in the time being.
which understandable. Honestly, Butler, I'm just kind of interested in knowing more about this place. Is there a way to, like, I don't know, learn more about, the hierarchy, who the skids are, and
Yes. So you also go to the library, and in the library there's a huge mural of a family tree, and it goes, and like you see that they keep they like it's holographic, so it can stretch up and down, but you can see, there is at the like where you guys see, like in the center like shoot, there is Viscount Primarch and Edwina Primarch, the matriarch,
Ooh.
who is not around, but she is certainly a presence.
That's
There
already
is-
a lore drop.
Yeah, there
It's a
is
matriarch society.
there is no. It's like equal. Patriarch, matriarch are dual power.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
You see that under it there is Scooter Primarch, and then there are two other brothers. There is Glider, and there is Saquon.
Saquon?
Saquon Primarch.
Saquon Primarch.
S.
Aquon. He's adopted.
And what was the second one? Scooter, Saquon, and
And Glider.
Glider.
So technically, if we get adopted, we can become part of this family, giving us some right.
But as you look, you see that this expanse goes very far. There's like 8 different aunts and uncles with their own kids, and then from there, their grandparents had aunts and uncles. Like, it's very expansive. But the core of the tree is a man named Edmund Primarch, and that is the core of the center picture of the tree.
Okay, like that's where this whole family line sort of started.
That's where the whole family line became very prominent.
How is there any like sort of dates associated with that?
The date, like, you could tell by generation, these people, like, this is there's like 12, so this was probably about 1,000+ years ago.
Okay. Damn, nice.
But it's at this moment in time that, like, as you look, it says, Butler explains, the founder per se, or the man of prominence, is Sir Edmund Primarch. Edmund Primarch was a champion of Eroa, came to vanquish a great evil, and in their time of need, Eroa, the god of victory, blessed him with the power, unbeknownst to anyone else, and through that, was able to conquer and vanquish a great evil, and from there, the Primarchs became very prominent in their hero saving across the galaxy, and they began to take their heroic deeds everywhere, and we all tried to be like Edmund Primarch on that day, and very well so. That's why, I mean, say it as it is, the hero's trademark was founded, as he was, if not the provincial hero of any story.
All right. Interesting.
You see that Edmund Primarch looks like a Giga Chad. He's super huge, super buff, long flowing brown hair, a great sword at his side as he holds it across his chest, pointed down, and you see him standing stalwart.
Damn. Okay.
He's mewing.
Is there a little bit of gooning going on down there? What the fuck?
No, there's no gooning.
No gooning in the library.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I'll help with that.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Nat 20. With a nat 20, no roll, like,
Well, roll.
roll happened.
Roll
You
was
notice
required.
that there are aunts and uncles, but all the offspring are boys. So every single woman was married in. But every single like it's always a Primarch boy.
Intriguing.
And also with the other nat 20, you also notice that a couple more details. One of the things that's very important is that you notice that there is a poem on the side of there's a poem on the side of the family tree, and you can kind of hear it around, and it says, "Swords alight, shields be raised, a champion walks amongst us. Chaos cower, treachery soured, a champion walks amongst us. The darkness runs fleeting. Darkness runs fleeing. Our Savior shines gleaming. A champion walks amongst us. Hark, O Edmund, vanquisher of evils, blessed by Aurora, with power no equal. A primarch with valor, in our darkest of hours, we praise thee. O Edmund, vanquisher of evils." And you see that even around, as you start to take a deeper look, you'll notice that there is a holy halo surrounding. Is very it gives the connotations of extremely deific, like a saint, like an extreme saint. But it's almost it's starting to, you can tell that, like, based on everyone around, it crosses the line a little bit to where they almost worship Edmund specifically instead of Aroa.
Among Us.
Sussy.
In this library, I want to see if there's any books written by Edmund, or like any sort of journals from his time period.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
And then, if I can, I'd also like to learn more about Aroa.
That with a natural 20 and his help, you guys both. Well, let's see what he gets first. But you would definitely have yours.
Okay.
Combo 20. Both were 19s.
Nice. So both of you very easily find what you're looking for. For journals about Edmund, Edmund was a frail paperboy who sold scrolls around the town of New Melisandre, which was called Melisandre at the time. It was a very different picture. You see a more traditional fantasy town, a little bit more downtrodden. You see that his knuckles and everything, his bones are visible. 'Cause he's a starving child, barely able to really make it. As the only worker in his family, as he is an orphan, he is very much struggling to survive. And then one day, a great evil comes. Some say, it is pictured as like a shadow overlooms the city. And it destroys things, buries things, kills thousands. As it happens, Edmund, what he does is he goes to a church of Aroa, one of the last standing bastions, and he pleads and he begs and and ultimately does the only thing he can even think about. With Aroa's giving an offering or something, what he does is he mews for an hour, and then finally
he learns how to mew at the church.
But what he does is he ultimately gives his life. He sacrifices himself, and in his fleeting moments, a holy light comes down, and all of a sudden he is transformed into this Giga Chad-esque being, right? And aside the sword of victory, this giant Buster greatsword, and with it he travels out, being protected by a rose, and conquers this evil, slashing literally a swath through this shadow, as it's depicted in the books, and new light shines once again. And from there, he never really stopped giving back. So what he would do is he would go out, and then this is before planet travel was just really starting. He would go out distant planets and but he would go perform heroic deeds, and then the bounties he would always take back to Melisandre and give back, because he knows what it's like to be poor. So he kept doing that. And
so this was before things split off into planets, or after?
This is after things split off into planets, but
Okay.
it's not. This isn't. Theros was still like doing pretty okay. Maybe this was at the start. So this is when
Well, I'm
space
just
travel
trying
was
to figure out
very.
if he was alive during the time that my character was alive.
No, this was like
No, after.
this was you might have risen to prominence, like maybe 100 years after he passed. So
Okay, so he was before me.
no. Yes, I would say like. No, because I'm remembering now. I'm trying to like place him in that time. That's a good question.
Like,
He,
Mr. Hall was finished right after space travel started in the first place.
So then if that's the case, then you guys would have come up at the same time. But he was like,
Just
space
separate,
travel was
didn't happen to cross
Yeah.
paths. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because his thing is like, you passed when space travel just started, correct?
Yeah. Mrs. Mikami had just
Mikami,
created the first ship.
So yeah, he risen to prominence like maybe. So you're actually older than him.
Okay.
But-
So he's after I died.
Yeah, he's after.
Got it.
But he just goes and he like takes these rockets and leaves that months at a time, but comes back bountiful and blessing Melisandre and consistently does that. And then over time, you can see other people have sworn after that like ideology, and they kept bringing it back. And the Primarchs eventually kind of herald this idea of being the heroes, right? They heard the story about answering the call, and clearly they answered the call. So now they are the heroes. So,
Okay.
and then from there, that's how Melisandre came to be. Durgash, as you look into Aroa, Aroa is the god of victory and valor. His strength is think very competitive ideology. Like if he's on your side, like victory is almost assured. Every time he's in battle, he is almost the one that is completely dominating as his realm, and his like specialty is like winning. He grants those with ungodly strength, the very basically being blessed by a champion, just this idea of increased athleticism and increased wisdom and all these things to make you what is essentially the perfect specimen to achieve victory in almost any circumstance.
Is there because I don't know, I think that maybe there's this sort of like just that idea of seeing only men more or less in these bloodlines and thinking, well, why is that? And then thinking, well, moving from there to a bigger question of just like, is there a cost for calling upon Aroa? Was there a cost for someone who was this skinny orphan who did like was fucking nothing to becoming this person who's deific in their own way within at least their family in this world? Like
with a natural 20, I will say that there is a place that would have those answers for you. And because as you look, you can see written, it'll say like that poem was written by let me see where it is. I wrote it somewhere. Oh, this was written by Patrice Patriarch, who is what appears to be some kind of religious figure. And you can the butler like perks up and goes, if you wish to visit Patrice Patriarch's patio, where they hold most of the ceremonies for Aroa, that can be done.
I think that'd be interesting. I like victory myself, so
go ahead. And so you plan to make your way there. Do you do anything? Are you planning to stay, Mr. Hall? I know you wanted to copy some like scrolls and stuff.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more information I can learn here in addition to copying down some spell scrolls.
Perfect.
So I'm going to stay here.
Okay. As the party splits, we're going to resolve Durgash. Durgash, this is, I want to say it's like midday for you. It is the midday service. There are not many people, but there is people still talking about Aroa and Edmund like hand in hand, kind of exclaiming that He watches all of us. He hopes for the best, and as you try your best, it's okay for when you fall, as so long as you get up and succeed. No one is perfect, but I understand Aroa sometimes demands perfection. And though we may falter, though we may fall, we understand that we are not perfect, but we will try to be. And it kind of gives this like evangelical of viewing of Aroa as something to aspire towards, and using Edmund as the example of someone who aspired towards it and achieved it. And so it's like if a boy that had nothing could become something so much greater than himself, then you can too, and all these things. And you talk, and go ahead and give me an investigation as you're just kind of there.
All right.
We're at in about an hour.
That is 14.
With a 14, you don't hear a lot of chatter, but you just see like you hear like whispers of like, oh, like, I'll see you tonight then. Oh, I'll see you tonight for midnight mass. It's like, okay, see you then. And they kind of leave. You see that the person that's kind of exclaiming is none other than Edwina Primarch, who appears to be this older woman who is wearing this headdress, very much like a nun per se. And she goes, "Hello, newcomer. I see that you are interested in Ero and the God of Victory."
Yes. I'm just, yeah, I guess you could say I'm interested.
What is it that you wish to know? Would you wish to know about the heroic deeds of Edmund, Saint Edmund, or would you hear about more of Aroa and the history of his power and things?
How did, oh gosh, what was the first champion's name again? Edmund. They're all called Edmund, or
No. Just that one.
Just
Edmund,
that one.
It goes Edmund, and then Edmund is the base one, and they all have different names.
Yeah.
But the main like family that's on Numelisandra.
She is Edwina.
She's Edwina.
Okay. Right. Okay.
She's named after Edmund.
I'm definitely interested to hear about the god and all that. I think I'm also interested in perhaps stories of Edmund later in life and what the end of his life might have been like.
Of course. She goes through and she recants more of the same that you read from Aroa, but when she starts talking about Edmund, she starts getting a little teary-eyed. One of the gifts that is given to us as mortals is passing on into the afterlife. And Edmund, as strong as he was, time was the ultimate victor. That's why time is the best ally to Aroa, because time will always win. And nearing the end of his life, he knew he couldn't continue, so he tried to recruit others. And at this point in time, his name was so deific, people were coming in droves to see him, and through his rigorous training and through their mental preparedness and blessing, that he crafted some of the first generation of heroes. And then from there, he transcribed some of his writings to make them true heroes. And that's ultimately the basis pamphlet and handbook of the hero's trademark once you become one. Those kinds of triggering, now I'm obviously much more streamlined and less like, carry a boulder 30 miles kind of things, but it's more so, hey, this is how you deal with certain situations and certain things like that.
So there were like originally specific trials. What were those specific trials like?
Well, there was a lot of mental anguish. In order to become a hero, you need to be the beacon of light in the midst of darkness, but that means one must understand what the darkness is. So, consensually, of course, they were subjected to different kinds of endurance tests and mental tests Some, unfortunately, I do have to say some people did break, as everything, but it's
Not everyone's a hero.
yes, unfortunately so. We can all try to be, but it's this kind of pressure that made the strongest of diamonds.
Are there any people today who try to live through those original trials?
Not to my knowledge. I do not believe so. If they do, they are far in between. You might have better ask if you so choose. I have you met my husband Viscount?
I have. It was actually through your son that I have been brought to this
Scooter!
plan. Yes. He has brought me and one of my compatriots here to help out with your family.
I see. Well then, I would be delighted to answer more of your questions. I'm sorry that I don't have all the answers off the top of my head, but I promise you, I can bring
does?
scrolls. Honestly, I don't know. Everyone
Yeah.
asks me questions going, how do I live assuring victory? And I go, wake up every day and try your
I
best.
don't know. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
Like, bro.
But feel free to. I'm almost positive. Viscount had asked you to join us for dinner.
Yes.
If so, we would love for you to join and ask those questions there. But we appreciate it. We shift over to Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, what are you doing as you're scrolling through these spells and things? Are you looking for anything specifically, or are you just like looking? Because there are like they're more clerical as you start to look. So there's like Hallow, there's Spirit Guardians.
Oh, there's spells.
You're copying spell scrolls, are you not?
Yeah. My specific ability is limited to ritual spells.
Then Hallow would be probably one there. But I understand that you already have Hallow, but this is like a much more beefed up. In even some cases, I would even say like there are ways to ritually do divine intervention.
Oh man. Yeah. I think after reading that first journal, Mr. Hall realizes that there's a lot more to learn here, and he takes a look outside the window of the library, and he sees a cool breeze brush past the different foliage outside, and I think he's gonna go up to the shelves. He's gonna grab 8 different books randomly off the shelves, scooting along the ladder, and he's gonna take them out into the forest preserve that is part of this estate that would be like allowed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He takes them out into as a remote of a spot as he can. He finds a small babbling brook and begins to listen to the different birds and stuff. And before he starts reading anything, he plays a game of solitaire, and in order to show his patronage to his patron, I guess, he
Eats a card.
Well, we're about to find out what he does. So he's going to fold the cards lengthwise and tuck them behind his ear. He takes 2 cards and he just tucks them behind his ear like it's a cigarette or something. And after that, paying homage to his patron, he begins to read those books, whatever they end up being. But he picks out 8 different scrolls or spells or journals.
Go ahead and roll me a religion or arcana.
Religion or arcana. I'm gonna take the arcana check here.
We'll say for it to be a DC 15 for you to to see what you can get, and then the higher you get, the better it will become for you.
All right. Phoebe's tucked in my shirt.
Yes.
Is there a chance I could get help for
Yeah,
this?
of course.
Cool.
She slobbers across some of the scrolls.
Beautiful.
And
Lovely.
It smudges, but
It actually makes it easier to turn the
Sure, yeah.
pages.
Oh yeah, she does the thing where you lick your fingers, but
Yeah,
she
she
licks,
licks
your
my
fingers.
finger.
Yeah,
I turn the page. That's perfect. I love that so much.
Fantastic.
I don't think I. You know what? I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to re-roll that since I've got them.
God damn, dude.
Do it up.
Yeah. All right. 19.
There we go.
With a 19, you're able to understand, and I will say this: you copy down the divine intervention scroll, but it will take time for you to translate it into things because the requirements are much more grandiose because it's for Aroa. But for you to translate it into your patron, it'll take some time. So the next it's the idea of like it's how the spell works, it's just not in your spell slots kind of deal. So that's something that is like next long rest you would have to just kind of
Okay. Like a tune 2.
yeah, attune to. Yep.
All right. Deal.
But for sure. I'll say that with a 19. It is now nighttime as you kind of go and you prepare for dinner. Butler takes you guys to the bathing house and goes, we request that you doff your armor.
You want me to clean myself, huh?
Yes. I do have to ask. That is the request of Viscount.
Do you know how long it took to get this hair to mat this much? Do you know how long it took to mat this hair? It's gonna take forever.
I
to
have
get that
no
matted
hair,
again.
no understanding of what that means. I have a brush, and he pulls out a brush out of the glove compartment.
It just like gets stuck immediately. It cannot go through.
It cannot go through.
You guys bathe yourself. Go ahead and give me a.
Do you have any like decurler or something? I just
It's supplied. It's all there. Go ahead and give me a. Let's call it a acrobatics to get everywhere.
I think I'm gonna ask Butler for like
in acrobatics to get everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my portent to make that roll a 3,
Go ahead
which
and
is
roll.
inevitably
your con save.
plus 6. So that will be a 9. Now my con save here is 22.
Okay, so you don't get indigestion, but you do. So you go and you start off really well, but you are just too strong. Everything is so fragile and frail. You go for the back loofah, you grab it, and then you go and you push into it. You snap that in half. As the water sits over you, you don't even get it on your head because your hair is so mad it's stuck up there.
It's basically become waterproof at this point.
It's a hood. It's your own hood. But you do at least get the viscera off your body. The stench isn't like even after the third walk of perfume, it's still pungent. It's
If
like
I lift up the back
Yeah,
of my
you
hair,
feel-
you know, it just like wafts
yeah,
out.
it wafts out. No, for sure.
I think Mr. Hall and Phoebe have no issue trying to like clean up. But Mr. Hall definitely asked for an in-shower mimosa.
For given
Deal.
without a doubt. It's actually a whole process. There is the bubble bath first to soften you up, and that's where you have your mimosa. Then you have the hot
That's
shower.
perfect.
And then you end with the sauna. So your
Nice.
hands are disgustingly pruny.
Pruny, yeah.
But you are as clean as you could be.
Perfect.
It is dinner time. You see that several physical like waitresses and not waitresses, maids and butlers come out, and they serve this like 3-course meal, large dining hall table. It's circular, so everyone can kind of see each other and kind of converse with one another as you all take a seat and you all eat together. You see that there are tiny moving plates like with the metallic disc. Tensor's floating
Oh
disc.
yeah, dude.
Tensor's floating disc
Okay.
that float that like lazy Susans all the food around to all of you. But yeah, you see that they, before they, as you guys eat, there is that little bit of just like, Scooter, how was your studies today? Oh, Papa, it was perfect. I learned how to shoot a bow. And did you shoot it well? Yes, a bullseye every time. And
Are you winning, son?
What?
Are you winning, son?
Yeah. Yeah. It is literally that kind of conversation. Bo?
Shoot it well, son.
Well,
Did
Bo.
the ball go?
Oh yes, it dropped.
Bows are a thing of elegance and beauty, and though we are in a time of blasters and rifles, one might learn and serve the knowledge of having a real bow experience. Oh, Papa, it was great. It was great. My teacher said I did wonderfully. And Edwina's sitting there, and now out of her like robe, she's wearing this beautiful gown, and like her hair is like all done up and everything. She says, "My darling wife, how is the church proceedings on the patio?" "Oh, it was wonderful. Durgash joined us for one of the services this evening. Oh, is that true?"
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to attend, and I hope that you gleaned off some knowledge about how we are and how we do things here on New Melisandre. But we appreciate your stopping by, and we thank you for your service and future service, hopefully. But yes, I just want to say many thanks, and to that much we appreciate. And I find that everything you found well. I saw that you were meditating, reading the many books, and I want to say I thank you. Those books, the spines haven't been creased in many an age.
Yes, Butler helped me rebind some of the spines after reading them.
It was a time.
They do need some refurbishing. I worry for the next set of hands they might crumble.
No matter. They've all been... that will be taken care of. Durgash, you found everything well?
Yeah, no, the soap didn't really work, but, I did get into the water.
Maybe next time we'll order a pressure washer.
Next time?
For the... I assume so.
I mean, if you're telling me to, I guess.
It is a humble request.
He whips his hair a little bit, and it just suddenly smells worse.
Oh.
I prestidigitate the air.
No, my smell!
I prestidigitate one strand of matted hair.
So it's one cornrow.
One twist in his dreads.
Yeah, but you guys eat. Is there anything that you guys want to ask the family before they retire to bed?
Could you pass the salt?
Of course. And they flick the 10-foot disc, and it floats all the way over to you.
Phoebe tries to bite it, and I give her a light slap on the neck, I guess.
Yeah.
And I take the salt and I shake it.
Yeah, it's fine salt, and you guys, this is like an extremely hearty meal. Like, it's very good.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Lovely. These mashed potatoes are delicious. Compliments to the chef.
Of course, we have the finest chef.
Tell the chef he has beautiful eyes.
Butler. And the butler. Tell the chef that Mr. Hall here thinks he has beautiful eyes and soft hands.
Yes.
And the butler goes, as you wish.
Hey, what's the move here? I don't quite get what's...
Well, excuse me, Primarch. Mr. Primarch, Sir Primarch.
Call me Viscount.
Viscount. The history here is amazing. The amount of care you put into your estate is astounding. And the overall prosperity that exists here on New Melisandre is, dare I say, inspiring.
Many thanks.
What is it that the Viscount needs help with? We are here to help. I'm not sure we're clear on what needs helping, though.
Well, it is quite simple, really. We're always on the scout for new heroes. As great as and thorough as our training may be, new threats arise every day. And in doing so, that means constantly our numbers change and fluctuate as new heroes are being added and regimented, and there are there are other heroes that pass due to unfortunate circumstance. Young Scooter here has told me that you all wish to become part of the heroes, as you've done some questing on your own, and this will only be a boon to you.
Sweet.
So this is the moment where I look at Durgash, and did we think about whether or not we're gonna tell the Viscount how Scooter actually got us here? Because I don't think we ever agreed to actually join the heroes.
I will say before the dinner happens, this is you guys in the bathhouse.
Yeah.
This is you guys in the bath.
This
you guys
is
are
us in
sitting
the sauna.
All right.
Being like,
So-
so what do we say?
Here's what I'm thinking. One, it's only really worth it to do this if we actually get something. So figuring out what we get for doing it would be pretty choice. And then as far as, like if we don't want to go for it, maybe that's when we say something. Or here's what I'm thinking. If we have to do it, then so does he. And we just bring him into the trials too.
Now,
whatever we have to do.
I just have one question. What if it's just the right thing to do, and there's nothing else in it for us?
The right thing to do.
What if it's just the right thing to do?
Well, I mean, it would
Also,
depend
real
on what
quick,
makes it
now
the
that
right
we have a
thing.
chance to connect, how are you feeling now that you haven't had the sword on you for a little while? I thought it was almost impossible to get that off of you. And
There's powerful magics here.
but aside from that, how is not the question, except for how do you feel?
Fine, I think. I mean,
Okay.
Lord knows I
mean,
want it back. Like, that's mine.
as long as you're feeling all right, that's
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to ask.
I've been doing good.
But if it's just the right thing to do and there's nothing else in it for us, like, I think it's worth going for still.
Well, what makes it the right thing to do?
Well, we'll know when we know.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
there's-
think that's exactly it.
It's not like we know now that it'll be the right thing to do. It's just that if there is nothing else in it for us and it seems like it needs doing,
Yeah.
I'm sure with the resources available here, there will be something for us.
Yeah. No, that's kind
But,
of what I think.
you know,
too.
all right.
There's got to be some way to spin it.
Okay.
I think with what I've been learning here, there might be a genuine way to really push the boundaries of it too.
Okay. And with that, I give Phoebe another smack because she was about to eat one of the charcoals in the sauna. Phoebe, come on.
Come on, those are for the guests.
She just bites a hunk of the wood that we're sitting on. She doesn't take a bite out of it. She just starts gnawing on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I think that's the
Yeah.
scene.
So you guys, ultimately, you're going off your gut decision, like if it's the right thing to do or not. Go ahead and give me an insight.
$21.
15.
With the 21, I will say, this feels like how you're feeling. It could benefit us, but there's something. It's a little off-putting. You feel like it should be right, but there's there's for all the praise, there's a lot of still really weird, vague details. Like a great evil that is vague to you. Like when you see evil, it's like, oh, a giant ship came and crashed and destroyed half the planet. Like that's easy to say, but they are very choice with certain words. Aroa, like he gave his life. Aroas blessed him. He did these things um, where he went on adventures and always came back with bounties to bless the land. Yet there seems to be no like giving thanks. There's no peace offerings from other planets. You know? Like if you save the world, wouldn't they be indebted to you in a certain way? Like wouldn't they be like, "Hey, thanks for saving the world." But there's no like everything here is from New Melisandre and is in New Melisandre. So as you're kind of like thinking about it, do you start? These are the kind of questions that come to your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the 15, I'll say for you, one thing that you do pick up is you look. Saquon and Glider are not here.
That is an issue of concern. I want to bring that up in conversation, but also I feel the need to bring up the fact that the Viscount earlier, when we had first met him, had considered the Big Kahuna to be an evil, and then had gone on to talk about the Red Daughters as an evil, which makes more sense. But starting with the Big Kahuna was concerning, and so what they consider evil may not be what I consider evil. And so at the table, I put my hands together. I put the soup fork down.
Soup fork?
Yeah, I put the soup fork down. I stopped eating
didn't know
for a
we were having
second, and
ramen.
I said, Viscount, I am glad that Scooter has joined us. Forgive me for my abruptness in asking if it's a touchy subject, but where are your other progenitors?
Saquon and Glider. Oh, it is no matter at all. Saquon and Glider are registered heroes. They are on their own travels as we speak right now. They command fleets as generals for the heroes. They are more so in control, as they are out in space, in control of, deploying where resources go. Think of them as like commanders, field commanders. That is where they are.
All right.
It's okay. Thank you, though, for being...
How long have they been on tour for?
Oh, well, around the same time that Scooter left, so that's probably, 3 months? 3 months ago?
Oh, wow. Okay. First tour of duty?
Oh, no. Those two are much older. Scooter was, some might say, a lovely surprise for all of us.
Oh, very sweet. Very sweet.
And we are very thankful for young Scooter to be here.
Why doesn't Scooter become a hero?
Scooter is not quite old enough yet. In order to go through the process of becoming a hero, number one, he needs my approval first and foremost. Secondly, you need to be of age, and though Scooter has gone and traveled on his own, and he's just potentially within the next 5 years he'll be ready.
So what does the heroes consider? What do the heroes consider evil? Like, what do you actually need our help with? I feel like
the heroes consider any threat, any large world-ending threat to the people and its kind evil.
All threats or any threats?
Any threats. We are guided by the light of Aroa and those that will lead us to victory. It is more so what the heroes in their moment of judgment and the commanders feel to be right. And it is the reason that through their training that their moral compass is sound. Pardon my forgiveness for the miscommunication towards the big kahuna you called it. I haven't traveled in years, and hearing about a leviathan monster that lives under the very water that I live on is quite threatening to me.
That is understandable. You see that as more and more terra firma began to coagulate in the ether, the different gods split off, right?
Of course.
This is
This is
commonly known.
true. Yes.
Those gods transformed into different creatures that have a symbiosis with their own planets. The Big Kahuna being one of them. It stands to reason that although you all here still worship Aroa as he was, he may have taken on a different form here on this very planet.
I can assure you that Aroa's light is always upon us. And Aroa does watch over us. Though few are blessed to be graced with his presence, I can promise you that under the leadership of the Primarchs, that Aroa's light is always there.
No question he is present, maybe simply changed over time. The different creatures that you may see as threats are the different heartbeats of planets. It may behoove you not to destroy everything that appears to be threatening.
I promise you that the judgment of our heroes and their commanders are sound of mind. I apologize for my misconception,
All right.
and I appreciate your advice and offering, but I am very well and capable of leading a people and leading a faction of my own. Thank you. Though it is time for me to retire, I hope you all are good night. Before I leave, I guess my last ask of you all is, are you willing to...
Well, that depends on what the job is, unless you trust us to make the decision about the job.
I trust you to make the decision about the job and to report to your commanders if need be, but it sounds like you are capable on your own, so I might even go out of the way and promote you as commanders already.
Phoebe, from within my shirt, I open up my shirt, I look down inside, and Phoebe's nodding up and down, and I look at Durgash.
Well, if I had anything to say, I'd say that we're certainly always our own commanders. That's for sure. Yeah, I kind of want to hear what the job is.
Well, I'll have to confer. You'll need to give me about a week to set up the job. And that as well, that includes this is more my wife Edwina's, but we want to make sure you're best protected. So we are going to go through a ceremony that will protect you under the most dire of circumstances. If that is all right with you all.
Do we, before these preparations even begin, do we get to know what the job is?
This idea, it's more like a DM to player.
Yeah.
This is the idea of like, hey, are you going to accept this role? And this role will consist of like, hey, do you want to join the army, right? And you don't go to the army and be like, what is my job? And it's like, your job is to train to become an army officer, and then you'll be dispatched on missions. That's the kind of idea that you're going for. Instead of like specific job like bank, like, hey, I need you to save this person. It's like, hey, I need you to become part of this corps. Is this something that you want? You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by answering the call. So if that helps answer with like what job specifically, like he might come up with an operation of his own, but like what he is asking you ultimately is like, do you want to join us or not?
Allow me to...
No need to say yes or no right now. Like I said, there'll be a week to really think about everything. But I hope that you strongly consider.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good point to settle for the night.
Many thanks. And role required. He is laying out the red carpet for you guys. This is because I think you guys already pose an extremely insane amount of boons, because you already have the Order of the Red Daughter is allies with you. That's already a huge number 1 plus. Number 2 plus, you talked about reincarnation, which is something that is extremely rare. Is another plus. So he is ultimately throwing out the everything, full stops.
Yeah, I think even just talking about this as players, this kind of clearly seems to be not just an army or force for good, but straight up a colonizing force. It seems like they're going to places, killing the things that they think are evil, and then taking resources. They're not leaving these planets, necessarily to what have you. And then, beyond that, it seems like they want us more than we want them. It seems like we have more to offer than they do right now.
No, I think that's purely because of what situation you're in right now.
Yeah. So it's do we need them? I don't think we need them. We can still go out and do good and do or not, just do whatever we want. But I think tying ourselves to this group might add some complications to our mission that we already have as far as Lilu. I don't know what else you're thinking.
What if we freelance like mercenaries or something?
That you guys are already do that as Lion's Tooth people.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe we can.
I just don't want to burn a bridge here by saying no. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
You guys do have the week to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something. So, what do you guys want to do in this week? Just to make it quick and easy.
Lots of glyphs. Making lots of glyphs.
Lots of glyphs. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Religion check.
Yes.
Okay. Is this for anything in particular?
You are trying to make glyphs of a different god in an extremely hallowed place.
Okay.
So it's the idea of you going to the Vatican and then trying to sprout a different religion. That is just, it's just extremely oh, that's kind of crazy.
You said a religion check specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Noise.
That's going to be 17.
17?
Yep.
With a 17, you don't take any ill adverse effects, but when you try to pop glyphs down, they it's the idea you write it in there, and then the next morning, it's not when it wasn't there.
It evaporates.
It evaporates.
Or something. Okay.
It's what I would say the closest to it is the entire place is under an extremely strong hallowed spell.
All right.
The thing that no rule required, the thing that these people clearly admire is protection above all else.
Mm-hmm. Almost as if they have secrets.
So definitely gonna work on the divine intervention scroll and kind of translating it to my patron. In addition to that, I think I'm looking to just acquire the alarm ritual scroll and maybe the identify ritual scroll. And it's a stretch, but maybe Rory's telepathic bond ritual.
I'm going to say go ahead and roll investigation check to find those. Durgash, is there anything that you want to do within this week?
I think that...
Natural one.
Oh,
okay.
no.
So I'm going to say
Rip.
You don't find the telepathic bond.
Okay.
But I will say What was the other spell you were looking for?
There was alarm and identify, both first level rituals.
I would say you just find those scrolls outright.
Okay.
So like
Thanks.
they're on your data pad. So
Cool.
those are things just it's the idea that you flip this page trying to copy it and you accidentally tear it off and you're like, oh.
Oh, my bad.
And you just
No one's gonna miss it.
no one's gonna miss it.
No one's gonna miss this.
I
I'm the
cast
first person to
mending on
check
it.
this out in 200 years. So, for me,
would know.
what I think I'm gonna do is, and I do think that this is gonna be a hard thing to do, considering we're basically at the home world. We're at the super Earth of this place, but I kind of want to see if I can't find any like dissident information, maybe stuff that they've either kept hidden themselves or something that other people are putting out there, but just like really information gathering, and specifically like what are the nasty things these people don't want, like
Go
what
ahead.
shit do they have under their carpets,
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. And I'm gonna say do it with advantage. Is this something you're spending your whole week on, or you want to do other things?
I think as of now there's nothing else that really I need to do, so no. I think this is it, at least for now.
Go ahead and add a D8 to it then, whatever roll that you got.
Sweet.
Because if you're devoting pretty much the majority of your day like just figuring out stuff.
Okay, we've got some fucking great numbers here. That's a 30.
A 30?
That's a 30.
Fantastic. So here's what you find. One of the things that's very important is you go. This place does have a bar, think Hearth's Reprieve and things like that. And as you kind of look, you see with a 30, there are markings for the Lion's Tooth. They're here. They are on this planet. It's very underground. It right under the nose. You go to Heroes Respite Casino. They do have their fun. They're not, it's on the weekends. But in one of the back alley rooms, you go and you find a slot machine and you hit it just right. And the door creaks open. And there underground, you can find a very small, but it is a Lion's Tooth outpost that is there. You see that it's held by what appears it appears to be another man that's in khakis belt and the button up and things like that, but he is much different. He's not smiling like everyone else is, but he's just like, it's idea of like his visage or mask, like social mask, has come off. He says, what can I do you for?
Hey there, first time planet side. I'm just trying to get my bearings a bit on the world and the family.
The Primarchs?
The Primarchs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone, huge ask. They are real people. They're not robots, but I would say
They're not robots.
No.
Okay.
they're
I
not
hadn't
robots or not.
Thought about that.
I will say, you didn't hear this from me, but keep an eye out on Patrice Primarch's patio every night around 7 o'clock. And from there, he goes, also, with a 30, he goes, I can also get you weapons if you need.
Something concealed would be great.
Done. He goes, wrist blaster. Just a simple, like think of it like a hand crossbow kind of thing, but it's wrist blaster. Like, just hidden. It goes over your clothes. You don't even, like, it's non-detectable, everything. It only has 4 shots in there. So use it wisely.
Okay.
But he's like, I know who you are. Trust me. Watch yourself. And he goes, puts it there, and he says, and then lastly he goes, just be careful, but I do want to let you know your friends are looking for you. I obviously can't say anything because that would compromise me.
Yeah.
But just know that they're okay, they're safe, and they are coming for you. If you reach out, I don't know you, obviously.
Never met.
Never met. If you do reach out, just be careful and watch where you're doing it and when you're doing it, because they have eyes all over the place. And he goes and says, and that's ultimately, like, with a 30, that's everything. You know,
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to know? Because I want to make sure we honor that.
God, yeah. No, I kind of wouldn't expect anyone really outside to, like, I'd expect a group like this to know that shit's off, and that's really what they're telling me to, and they've given me that one lead, which is good. So I think at this point I'm satisfied. I'm still gonna keep looking for these secrets, but I think that they've been pretty clear.
So this is like you're still looking,
Yeah.
but they gave you a lead.
Yes.
That's
so I'm gonna follow the lead.
That. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do that. Is there anything else? Do you communicate with each other?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I'll. You know, and I feel like at this point we definitely have like a signal where we, anytime
You guys go to the sauna.
we go to DAP, and this is like our thing to say sending, so that you know that we need to
So, yeah,
communicate
message, yeah.
telepathically.
I'm not allowed to message outside of the planet, but I'm totally allowed to message you.
Yeah.
So I cast sending to you from the library. Fuck, I just tore out a page out of this book. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's what I send you.
Found a lead. Patriarch's patio, 7 p.m.
Got it. Be there or be square.
Yeah.
And
Secret stuff going on.
I think I'm gonna just take the page out of my pocket and I'm gonna cast mending on the book. I'm gonna put it back. Would I be able to copy that into my book of ancient secrets though?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
You can definitely copy it. It's just the idea of that natural one, just like, shit.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But the glyphs don't last more than like a day, is what you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
They appear
fair.
because the entire one of the
it's
things
fine.
is like, you know, it's definitely present that this place is very magically protected.
Got
it through like clerical means.
What if I were to create like a magic circle?
You can try. Go ahead and give me an arcana, only because, like I said, like right now, like casting this foreign magic in the place like the Vatican, it's like this place is under a giant hallowed spell.
Right.
So
right.
you would have to just be extremely careful.
Okay. I just figured it'd be a way to like separate the different magics and then maybe do my own thing, but it's neither here nor there. No, I think that's it. I want to attune to this scroll. I need to finish this scroll.
sure.
That's what I want to do.
Done. You can do it with the day, and if you guys want to meet that night, you
The
can.
divine scroll?
The divine intervention? Yeah, you do it.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Awesome. That's exactly what I do. Outside of roleplay stuff, we are at like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we're getting there.
No, you're good. Just let you know.
So it is 7:00. You make your way. You go ahead and roll me a stealth check first before anything.
Can I just cast invisibility?
That also works.
Is there any way that we could do that together? Upcast it or something?
Okay, maybe I don't have invisibility anymore.
No.
Well, it is. Is it dark out?
It is dark, but
Okay, I have a different solution then. I know you may not be able to see in it, but I could cast darkness and that would envelop us both.
it's like the idea of stealthing around isn't so that you guys do the hide of night. It's more so that you just bypass like Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm helping Durgash then. Okay. Guidance, help.
Phoebe is flying around and poops on Butler's windshield.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I lost my...
Nice, Phoebe. That's a good Phoebe move. I appreciate
It's
that.
a wet poop too. It's gross.
It's like a bird shit.
It's a bird. It's a full-on
basically bird
The
shit.
windshield wipers, they don't help.
They don't
just
help. It's
smear it in.
Smear it
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
It's like a bagel.
You'd think that this multi-million credit car can wipe off bird poop.
What does guidance let me add? A D4?
1d4.
Well, with the deck of omens, it'll be a D6.
Oh.
That is... that's actually very good. 15 plus 3, 18 plus 6, 24.
24.
Nice.
Done. You guys sneak out. You guys openly just walk past Scooter's room. Scooter is too busy playing Fortnite. No, your mother is fat.
Are you winning?
Don't say that about my mother. I'm Scooter Primark. Oh, who's that? Little weirdo. You sound like you're 12. I'm actually 21, mind you.
He needs to wait till he's 26
Someone's
got to
teach the boy how to
you-
live.
No insight required. Full on. Viscount Primark is just openly protecting him. He's just like, no, I don't really
Kid's
know.
not ready,
Kid's
man.
not ready.
Kid's not ready. He may be old enough, but he's not ready.
Yeah.
All right.
But with that, you guys see a bunch of people in white robes. You see that as they go on the patio, they press down on the center of the thing, and as you do, it glows this like golden white as it opens, and then Skyrim style stairs sink in and go down.
That's that under the carpet shit I was talking about.
I write in my book and I cast Sending a Durgash. You were fucking right.
Oh, I told you about the Lion's Tooth.
Yeah.
Little outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so we're all that. All
Deal. Yeah.
that. Cool. Yeah. Let's should we should snoop.
We should follow them?
We should snoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's snoop. Let's
You
snoop.
guys go as you walk down. You stare into. Sorry, hold up. I'm reading my notes. So, you walk and you see that like there is almost like a deeper church kind of place. You walk, and there are like many hallways, and you walk, and finally, you see as you stare down the aisle. You see pews gilded in gold with intricate designs of angel wings that spread as if they were there to. It is a sign of protection, but you're getting the feeling of overwhelming.
Like culty kind of vibes.
It's very culty.
Mm-hmm.
You look around and you see people in white robes and gold is mashed that share a visage of a man with noble features, the Giga Chad face. And you like look, and they all chant. Erois, you bless this land with prosperity and peace. We return to you a vessel that you may spread your crusade across this galaxy, like heroes before and heroes to come. We ask that you share your power as you have before. And they chant this. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
Helping guidance.
6.
Just because you guys are wearing.
Is this like a magic thing they're about to do right now?
This is about to be an insane.
I prepare counterspell.
You prepare counterspell? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen. If it's
That,
magical,
honestly,
I'm anticipating some weird shit.
23.
23. Easy. You still continue. Before you, finally, a man, just like mumbling. You see a feeble man, starved and broken. His eyes droop as his broken body. You see like bones sticking out. Is dragged across the ivory tiles, leaving a trail of blood. He squirms and screams for anyone to help him. As you finally gaze to the center point of the church, kind of where like a priest or someone would stand. Sitting on a throne emaciated, rotting, in armor that was once full of vigilance and valor, is this being. Go ahead and roll me a religion check.
I think you're better at this. I'm gonna slap you on the ass, guidance again.
Is there any way that I might? Now I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna roll. But like, is there any way to intuitively think, or maybe connect? Maybe there's something with the armor. Is this the first? Is this Edmund?
You honestly give yourself advantage because of that roll, because of that question. As you like.
Okay.
And guidance.
With guidance. 13 with guidance. Okay, sweet. 18.
18. You say, is that Edmund? But you don't, as you look deeper and you like think, go, oh my God, this is so much worse. As you look at the face.
No way. Is Edmund a lich?
As you look at the face, instead of a face, it's a beak. And eyes that are like rotted out and like a bird skeleton. And within 18, you realize, oh my God, this is the corpse of Erois as it sits there.
Oh, shit.
A corpse full of vigilance vow sits Erois, a corpse ever dancing between death and living. Several drills burrow into this person's spine and sides as the blood extracts from this person and rains down upon this dead god, just enough as he has bested someone, rejuvenating him just a little bit to where the god can bleed. A knife comes, a ceremonial knife slices the wrist. This already, like, the wrist is like barely hanging on as the divot is so deep because they've done this so many times. And golden blood that drains into a bowl. And now, once was taken, can now be given. Tubes fill with this thick golden liquid as it is injected into this near corpse of a man. You start to hear drums as they thrum, and now momentum glows. As now you guys see, and you can see it, the runes on the floor glow this sinister white. Cacophonous chants fill as the church continues their chants saying, give and take, give and take. Runes burn into this man's skin. Shrieks of pain can be heard as his bones break, his muscles constrict, and tear and reform at a horrific pace.
Is this magic?
This is like an insane amount of magic.
Should I stop this? Should I try to counterspell this?
My fear is we don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah,
If
that's
we
valid.
Fuck up here, we might be fucked. I think it's our best move to get out, prepare, and then I think that a good jail bust and then quick escape from the planet might be.
So instead of counterspelling, I'm just gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself and on Durgash, and then that's it.
Yeah. He rapidly morphs and changes age. His eyes are plucked out as an unholy light pools the holes that they once stood. Then suddenly the chant stops. The smoke clears. The man that was once jaundiced and frail now stands 2 feet taller, with with muscles bulging at the seams. His eyes now an iridescent, piercing blue. You see that in the process, what you didn't realize is that they like drilled into his chest like this power armor emblazoned with the wings of Erois across the chest piece. He smiles with an emptiness behind the eyes, the very same smile that you guys connect that is like almost everybody. Like they're not hypnotized per se, but they all have that same kind of smile. For whoever that was is now a prisoner of his own body. He thanks everyone and leaves to go fight the good fight. And that is where we're going to end our session.
God.
Nice.
Damn.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Making it up. Making it up. The Fun Show. Damn it. Shout out Helldivers.
Shout out Helldivers.
Shout out.
Warhammer 40K.
Fam, thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram at Official Fun Show. Check us out on TikTok at Official Fun Show. Check us out here on YouTube at Official Fun Show. Check us out on Spotify, The Fun Show. Peace out.
Peace.